off with Metroid. We were very close to beating the game. It's very likely we'll finish it today. Got one more Metroid to find in this zone. That leaves us with only one Metroid left after that. But I also see the game getting pretty hard from this point forward, so I don't count on anything being given to us for free. Let me see if I can find where this last Metroid is. I can always go to the little door that tells you outright where it is. But I've got a few places to check with power bombs, and I'm going to try to do that first. Spend the first hour of the stream remembering how to control this game. It's kind of been the situation so far. Scope out that power door if I can. How's everybody's week coming so far? I'm doing alright? Just refill all consumables? Because that would be great. Okay. Appears to be yes. Oh, I guess that wasn't a power bomb door, it was just a charge beam. We never went through it for whatever reason. Weird. I don't think I can blow this up. Yeah, I still need to use this power to do that. At least I can destroy it, though. I was really expecting there to be a boss in this room because it's fairly large, but maybe there's another way to get to it. There's an explodable block somewhere within that circle. I don't have any way of knowing for sure which one it is or where it is. I might just be able to get it through the door over here. Let me try that first. Hey Yahan, how you doing? How has your week been treating you, my friend? Well, I really want that. There's an energy tank, and I need all the energy tanks I can get. So let me see if I can find another way to get in there. You jerk. Hey, thanks, Darkstar. It's good to have you.
You're super awesome. Thanks.
Looking out, man. I appreciate it. And that can't be a one-way door, right? They wouldn't be so cruel as to do that to you. No easy way back out of here. Those. Interesting. They really like to do that false floor trick in this game. It's very, I want to be the guy of them. Power bomb, which we have now. Just delightful. Alright, about time. Okay. I might make a quick run of the earlier parts of the game, now that we have virtually all the upgrades, to try to get some more E-tanks. It might ultimately pay off in terms of time spent playing the game, just because it'll mean we'll game over fewer times in the endgame. Oh, I never explored over here. False floor would be a spike. I only compare it to I want to be the guy because it's one of those things where it doesn't actually result in a significant amount of it's not a real penalty, it just makes you waste some time. The level could be designed exactly the same way. Sometimes it requires you to have an upgrade that you didn't otherwise have to get past, but most of them appear to be in this later game stage. Hey Serp, how you doing? How's your week treating you so far? Probs want to blow this guy up, right? Boom. I'll take it. Can't get all big to shoot him here. I'm gonna wait for him to stop. Whew, gotten that close. Those guys we need to blow up with this as well, unfortunately. Man, they take some juice to kill. Oh, nice. Can get over here. I wasn't sure if it was going to be possible. I'm going to try sticking to the ceiling. I have a feeling that one of these is going to be a false hip. I was correct. Only had to play the game for 10.5 hours to start to preempt that, instead of getting surprised by it like every time. Alright. Okay, I still don't have a way to get through these rooms. So I have almost all the upgrades, but there has to be at least one other thing to pick up that'll let me move through that. Maybe it'll be after this boss fight. Ooh, I hate those things. I can't actually kill those traditionally. I don't have to use the super fast launch thing. I can't let them attack me though, because they drain almost all my Aeon. How's it going, Lufex, Ikupo? Let's over this way. It's gonna be another... It is! What do you know? Oh, jeez. Do I remember how to fight this guy? Probably not. Ready for that next time. I thought he was going to do his bite attack. Oh, happy birthday, sir! Right on. How does it feel to have not died again? Oh, we're cleared this thing out. That's worth casting because it auto breaks his tummy. Oh, I thought I had it. Sure. I did not. Tail swipe is brutal. Really like this attack. Thanks for jumping backwards, buddy. That's nice of you. Straight shot. There it is. A lot of super missiles, but how's life beats the alternative? That way to not be dead. Okay, I haven't lost as much muscle memory as I thought I was going to, which is a good cue for me to die instantly, right? Alright, you can do a double tail swipe. Forgot about that. More super missiles would be great. Don't think I'm going to be quite so lucky. Thanks for jumping backwards. Didn't have to do that for me. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, HDL. It's a bummer. I remember I actually failed my... First time I ever took a driving test, I failed it. And it was one of the first times I ever failed anything in my life, and I was really depressed. I screwed up the, we don't, in Ohio, they didn't do a, parallel parking test. Instead, you had to do this really awkward, you had to, like, turn through these cones in a specific way. And the, driver's ed class didn't actually, like, teach you how to get just a natural sense for how to drive through it. They tried to teach you a cheat where, like, when your mirror passed a certain cone, you were supposed to make a, 45-degree turn or something stupid like that. And my brain just did not interface with the cheat they were trying to teach me. So when I went back and took it again, instead of trying to do when you pass the first cone, make a 45-degree turn to the left, I just, like, drove through it like a human being, and then it was fine, and it wasn't even an issue. That first time I felt really shitty, and I didn't feel better for a long time after that. You too, Yukubo. Turn in the wrong lane. That's a they pulled some tricky crap on you at that. And driving's the worst. Fortunately, we're almost to the point, finally, where you might never have to drive ever again. I hope we get there. I hope I live to see the day when the world gets turned upside down by driverless cars. It's going to be as much a good thing as it is going to be an awful thing, though. Like, think about how disruptive to everything it's going to be. Oh, nice job, Ishio. Yeah, our public transport's bad almost everywhere in this country. There's a couple cities like New York, Boston, parts of San Francisco where you can get away with it, but... watch Netflix, play video games, do productive stuff. I feel like it just the benefit of not having to fly anymore, right? If you want to go somewhere, like I would happily do a 20-hour drive over a 6-hour flight if I could sit and rest and sleep in the car or play video games or read or work. It's a super first world problem kind of situation, but flying really blows. I hate it. Oh, there's a warp point here, that's cool. I don't think I have a speedy way to get out of here. I gotta get down to that thing on the bottom. I think I just want to jump back up and try to use that. Denver is good public transportation? Nice. Yeah, I've never lived anywhere with awesome public transportation. A car has always been pretty mandatory. Okey-dokey, can do. Turn in this Metroid DNA, and then we gotta go save the last Metroid. Yeah, it's... my main problem with flying is the way it consumes your entire day and the risk you encounter of having one delay spread out and end up taking like 10 hours or more. Sometimes if you just fly and everything goes right the first time, your first flight doesn't get delayed, nothing is broken, it's fine. But I don't like going through TSA. There's a lot of like little stress points, and like one of my most elemental fears is missing a flight of my own volition, like getting to the airport too late. Andrea makes fun of me, but I always get to the airport like 3 hours early. It's like my day's already shot, you know. I'd rather not get screwed by that. Hey, there we go. Powerbomb. Can do, buddy. It's no longer a depressing thing. Oh. Let myself walk right into that. At least the powerbomb destruction blocks stay gone forever. That's nice. Alright, let's see if there's another warp point down here. That's probably when I'm going to decide to run back through the game and just do a quick pass with all my abilities. Try to get some more energy tanks. Maybe some more super missiles too would be nice. No kidding. I already pulled that. Didn't do anything else with it. Whoa! Oh, goddammit. I hate those things. Forever to kill. Forever. Missile? Okay, can do. Oh. Yikes. I probably have to do it from through here, right? Let's see, can I even get down there? I just want to get into that. Ah, there we go. Okay, so there's a couple shenanigans we have to do to make that work. We have to go through this door, to pop through the floor down there. Oh, is it not as simple as I think it is? Hold on. Did destroy that block, but I still gotta find a way to get through there. I think I see what I'm supposed to do. Hey, an Aeon upgrade. That's exciting. I can only get through here because I shot it from the other side. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, Johan. Please continue to give me a heads up if you guys get into connection issues that you think is on your end, because it might actually still be on my end with the new low latency beta. I'm getting variable reports, some people saying, oh, it's actually not that bad, or the reduction in delay is worth occasional buffering, but if it's like making the stream unwatchable, I might roll it back until they improve it a little bit. Hey Nodovan, how you doing? How is your week treating you? Now I can fit through here. There it goes. This is probably how I get to the Aeon upgrade in the other room. No notable buffering since I enabled it. Who likes Comcast? Ah, jeez. Oh, jeez, Rick. Oh, jeez! There we go. Hoot. Shareholders. Oh, fair enough. Right now, I'm trying to keep it pretty consistent. It should be 1 o'clock almost every day. I'll try to announce in Discord if I'm going to have to go earlier than that. It should be 1 o'clock Pacific. Something's wrong if I don't go live. 10? Oh, that's my advertise. I pay $120 a month to get 10 Mbps, Jahan. It's actually worse than Sailor Dan gets, and he lives in the same town. He's not on a business connection, though. I pay extra for being on business. Oh, what'd they do? I hate catching companies be 200 megabits. Oh, yeah. That's a pain. It's like, you know the class of person they're going to trick with it too, right? Right? Alright. Watch out for the big Aeon Juice Destroyer monster thing. That guy. The silver one I have to destroy with the super fast shot ability I unlocked fairly recently. Alright. Really like this triple pulse beam, plasma beam. Great. Time for revolution, internet. Got one included in your rent. I remember when we went to Japan, we stayed in a hotel and their complimentary internet was like 10 times faster than what I pay for at home, and it never went down. I was actually able to stream on it with no dropped frames. most hotels in the US charge you for like email only quality internet. Shit. Kill him! Oh! I'm a bitch. I hate those things. I really do. It takes forever once you screw it up to get it back. Don't you dare. Okay. Yeah, right. What happened in San Diego, not of him. Ooh, I'm super jelly. Telling you guys, you want to make $1 bajillion, move to Los Alamos and open a Raising Cane's. Or virtually any restaurant, but I'll be selfish and demand a Raising Cane's. Jerk. Booty butts, butthead. Jerk face. Oh shit. I hate you! No. Yeah, we did a whole Metal Gear Solid series playthrough. It's not done. I'll be doing MGS4 probably once I get my Marstead's Choice Day back on the schedule. Should be in June at this rate. We'll see. The more I'm thinking about it, I might just have 4 voting spreadsheet days. Like, the voting spreadsheet's a lot. I'm appreciating the amount of variety it's injecting into the stream, where every game is competing, including these short titles. So like to have a day where I can feel okay playing a new game that just came out that I'm excited about, or maybe doing a franchise here and there, but yeah, now that, like, it was mostly a problem back when we had 2 40-hour JRPGs running at the same time. Like, oh my god, I need to have an extra day in the week to keep people from leaving because they don't want to watch more of this. And there's not terribly many multiplayer games that are really like compatible with what the rest of the stream is up to. Mario Maker was a really good one, but I'm sure if the next Mario Maker comes out, Zelda Maker or whatever, we'll play the heck out of it. Can't blow that thing up easily. As always, I'm talking out my butt right now, so don't take any of that as a promise, just something I'm considering. I might still just keep it the way it was before. Yeah. I'll probably still have a free day, but it would be a multi-purpose. Could be catching up on sub-blocks, anniversaries, franchise I want to play, a new game I want to play. God, those things take forever to kill. E3's next month? Oh, man. That would be great. I miss Mario Maker. I feel like that's it's a community they could nurture indefinitely if they wanted to. I might bring back the survey. We'll see. I was almost never surprised by survey results. Survey kind of ended up just being a way to demonstrate to people that disagreed with something, like the community supports it, so there. So unless if it's something where I'm really not sure what the right choice is, I probably won't put things back to the survey. Come on. We'll see. Once Kat and Donovan move out, I'll potentially have more time to spend on stream stuff, so it makes sense to run surveys quarterly once again. Maybe bring back a 5-hour daily stream. We'll see. I'll probably continue to babysit Camera even after they move out for a while, just because babysitting is super expensive here. Daycare is. Metroid Prime 4 is a battle royale game. Oh god. I don't know if I can do super subblock. I'd like to make subblock always be 4 hours at some point in the distant future. I should be able to support that, which should improve the churn. Maybe have a goal to increase subblock to 5 hours, but 6 was pretty nutty. It almost always took me up to 7, just having to deal with, come on. Oh my god. The spider ball does not want to work in that hallway. Let's try it again. Use up all my Aeon in the meantime. Dealing with schedule drift when we're switching between 6 games means that it's pretty easy to run even longer than that. Play as Metroids in a battle royale game. Thanks, Serp. Alright. Just take it as a promise. Is League of Legends a dead game? Because the internet kind of moved on, given it's not #1 anymore. The new Smash is pretty exciting. Hope it's good. Sounds like Sakurai is has a healthy development cycle for once in his life. League is still pretty big. Are MOBAs still pretty big? I was really curious how much of MOBAs were, like, a fad. I feel like the genre is really exciting. I think that team sports are probably going to be the most popular esports if esports stay a thing. But the genre has a lot of issues, especially to getting new people interested in them. I don't know if I can ever break those blocks. I thought the super power bomb would do it, but I guess not. Dota overtook PUBG. I think that's reflected more on the death of PUBG than it is on the power of Dota, but I guess that lets me know that the MOBA is alive and well. Yeah. Actually, I feel like Epic is doing a really good job of realizing that the whole Fortnite craze is ephemeral. Like, I really enjoy the game. I played it as a joke for April Fool's Day, and me and Kat actually really liked it, so we play it pretty regularly. I don't think I would ever stream it outside of a parody stream. It's pretty fun. And I feel like Epic's like, you know what, this isn't going to last forever, so let's have as much fun with it as possible and add a bunch of goofy shit. Let's add a Thanos fighting mode. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like you can... There's a high skill cap with the whole building thing, so you can play it really well. You can try to be aspire to be like Ninja, but like... I don't think it's a game where if you're the kind of person that plays games to win them, you probably won't have fun in Fortnite. I like just running around the map and doing the stupid achievements, like find all the ice cream trucks and click all the rubber duckies and stupid shit like that. I get plenty of joy out of just that. I don't care if I die 20 times getting it. Playing to win isn't fun in any multiplayer games these days. It's probably true. That's probably true, Chaos. Oh, part of it, you can definitely detect when you're dealing with a kid. If someone beats you to loot, so you don't have a gun and they have a gun, and then they dab after they kill you, they're probably like 10. Like, good job, buddy. Way to have a resource I didn't have. Proud of you. Keep it up. There's another way out of here, isn't there? In fact, there is. Ah, but I can't be continually interesting. Kind of wall is it? Good. Ouch. Fortunately, though, you can be pretty minimally exposed to toxicity in a game like Fortnite compared to a game like League of Legends or Overwatch, because not only do you not have to play with other people, you definitely don't need voice commands. Or if you do want to play with other people, it's pretty easy to just play with like one other person or like 3 friends. Overwatch, it's pretty hard to get 5 people on at the same time together, so you're going to be playing with randos a lot of the time. That usually ends up in sadness. I love Dark Souls. I want them to make Dark Souls forever. I would play it until I die. I respect the artistic decision to not do that, but I'm also disappointed by it. Even if it was just like the Dark Souls 2 team, which wasn't really full Miyazaki Dark Souls, I would still play that over and over and over. You have to so, okay, I'd say Dark Souls isn't for everybody. Not every gamer should play Dark Souls. I'd say Andrea is a gamer, but she should never play that game. I understand why she doesn't. If you're the type of gamer who's able to enjoy it, you have to play it long enough to reach the click moment. And it's at a different point for everybody who plays it. Virtually everyone I know who's played Dark Souls didn't like pick it up and fight the first enemy they ran into and like, oh man, I totally get this. I had to play it for a few hours until they just got the right run back or the right boss or something, where suddenly they just got it for them. And unfortunately, it's not something that's universal, that this is the got it moment for everybody who plays it. It's something different for everybody. Power bomb back here. Excuse you. Alright, I want to get that power bomb for sure. I need them very badly. Okay, careful. Careful. Not being careful. It's one of these shenanigans again. Come on. There you go. There you go. There you go. I have to drop through this one. Yeah? Yeah, that's a ticket. Okay. Otay. Switch Dark Souls was supposed to be May, yeah, and it got delayed. That'd be a good time to give it another try, for sure. Yeah, Dark Souls definitely didn't click for me until it may have been somewhere between Bell Gargoyles. I remember I actually tried to play it before I streamed it because I heard all the good things and I couldn't go over how shitty the game looks. Like, the UI just doesn't feel very polished at all. Oh shit, I'm out of juice. So much for that. No! Leave me alone! You jerk! Spider thing that I can't kill. Oh god, I'm dead. I really need a thing to fill up my Aeon right about now. Oh, like the regular dudes that turn into snakes? Yeah, you gotta kill them before they turn into snakes. I don't know if Dark Souls 3 would be my sell. I feel like the Dark Souls 1 experience is pretty tight. The early game is easy enough that you don't have to be perfect. like Dark Souls 3 feels more brutal early on. Same with Bloodborne. Bloodborne is super punishing, especially if you've played Dark Souls before. Bloodborne. Yeah, it's definitely overhyped. I think you can maybe psych yourself out about the difficulty too. There's also something that's really hard to describe, but like, the controls are actually very tight, but you don't know that right away. And I think it's okay, so I'm very close to the point where I'm going to try to backtrack. I don't think I'm going to do it right now. I think I still need one more upgrade before I do. Because the game has action queuing, like if you mash the attack or the roll button, it'll force you to attack or roll again. It can feel like the game's not doing what you're telling it to do sometimes. Until you realize, no, it's doing exactly what I'm telling it to do, and that's what's getting me in trouble. I'm over-inputting in the game. So, I've seen people get really frustrated when they're mashing buttons, and they don't realize why the character's not doing what they're saying. But once you realize, oh, if I press only and exactly the attack button, or I press the attack button only in exactly one time, then it actually feels responsive. It improves things a lot. Oh, nice! Look at all the Metroids in the bottom corner. Alright, thanks for not spoiling why that was. Hey, they're in their full mode now. Ow. Can you not do that? I'm glad that works the same way. Oh, nice. They're actually easier to kill in their fully evolved form. It's neat. Very cool. I don't get any DNA from them anymore. Gotcha. One super missile's enough. Good to know. Yeah. How is that, Spiky? It should be hard. I like that transition into them being regular enemies. Did it work the same way in the Game Boy version, where like the number of remaining Metroids increased when you got to this final area? They're not too bad. Computers. You got enough for Scholar if you use the double tap, double cross hotbar, and the other thing. No, this is worrisome when you have full heal in here. Left trigger, right trigger, left trigger, right trigger, right trigger, left trigger, and then just left trigger and right trigger should be enough. Get him off screen? I did not. Maybe I did. Oops. This is a really cool stage. I like how they're the sole enemy to deal with here. Appropriate. Regular missile. Oops, oh, super missile works too, apparently. That's fine. Oh, it shows you the little gravestones of everything you killed up to now. Oh, is this gonna be my last upgrade, finally? Huh. Is this a load-bearing, have to kill all the Metroids for that door to open kind of door? I can't, I'm just curious what's up with that door. Well, all the doors are locked, that's what's up. I really like, I wonder when at what point in the development they came up with that way to avoid Metroid's damage to Morph Ball and then Bomb. Was it just such a natural progression? Hey, thanks for the host, fuck. How have you been? What are you playing under Retro? I'll ask him again here in a second. Yeah, not so good. Very small heal. I guess the enemies respawn in those rooms after you kill all the baby Metroids. That's fair. Just need an Aeon fill. Would be really nice right about now. You jerk. The bucket. Hey, there is an Aeon refill. Very kind. And a save point. They're really trying to stress me out here, huh? Oh, you can one-shot them with a power bomb? I didn't know that. But you always had to freeze them. Whoa. Sure, everything's fine and safe ahead, right? It's like the red save points. What? There's a boss at the back of that room. What a shocker. That did anything. Okay. You jerk. I can't shoot anything in his mouth other than ice beam, it looks like. What game do they steal it from? It's pretty great. Okay, so this is like the introductory phase, I think. But oh, I can shoot him in the face with the super missiles? Okay, thanks. It looked like it bounced off an area inside of his mouth. Yeah, you're right. Good looking at it. That makes things quite a bit faster. Oh shit, I should have gone for that. Green? Oh boy. Oh, nice. That's a cool attack. Blowing you into the back wall. It's just the titular Metroid Samus returns. Okay, so I think I'm going to go back through the game a little bit and try to get a few more upgrades before we fight her. Does anyone know, or can anyone look up, if there is another unlock that I don't currently have? Looks like there's one that's not on the list that should be below the grapple beam and the missile, because there's a room I keep running into that has spikes on the top and the bottom, and I can't grapple through it. It tells me that I'm going to get an ability that lets me, like, dash through it. And I haven't seen where that would be. It's an optional upgrade, maybe. The spring ball is, apparently. Just a true space jump. I don't need anything more to get past the spikes? Really? Okay, well, I'll try it then. So I have every upgrade in the game? I must be missing something about them. Too bad they didn't put a warp point by the boss door there. I really like the final boss music too. It's something that Metroid always does really well. It's always like really horrifying sounding. Have enough upgrades for that specifically. Okay, thanks. Alright, let's just uncover each map really fast. We'll just do a quick run through with the plasma beam. Shouldn't take longer than 30 minutes or so. Actually, when the clock says 11:30, I'll attempt the boss again, regardless of how much we've done. So we're not out to 100% this game. Just want to get some more super missiles and sort of things. Hey. Power bombs, since they're probably going to come up later. Energy tanks is really the big one. Yeah, I'll try it next time I get to a spike, thanks. It's good to know that it's possible with my current abilities. That's where I first learned how that works, I think. Nothing over this way as far as I know. Still a upgrade near here? Question mark? Oh wow, did I just not get that when I was here last time? Yeah, apparently not. Alright, well, there it is. Got it now. Green super missile door up here. Or rather, plasma beam door thing. More super missiles, that makes this room is done, so I just gotta go up to the surface next. And then I'll be done with this whole area. Which is gonna be great. Yeah, they're the Chozo. They're an ancient race of like bird people that built Samus's suit, and they were an intergalactic starfaring race that colonized a ton of worlds. It would actually be more surprising if we found an alien planet that had life forms on it, and the Chozo weren't there. The Chozo win. Scientists. Was their empire taken down by the Metroids? I don't remember if they ever specified what causes the Chozo to die out. I know they found the Metroids on SR-388, and it was bad news bears for everybody involved. I never did get a warp in the top left corner, did I? No, I was really close to one, but I had to have an upgrade to get through one. It's never been confirmed what happened to the Chozo. Now, was Samus raised by a Chozo, or she was just on a Chozo planet and that's how she got the suit? It may have been like the last Chozo raised her or something like that. I don't think we've actually run into any living sapient Chozo in any of the games. There's some ghosts in Metroid Prime. I think it was the Space Pirates. They've actually been pretty consistent about that lore. This is a great game series. Metroid's one of my favorite all-time settings. It's just pretty cool, straight, lonely sci-fi. Pretty dark for a Nintendo series for the most part. Very show don't tell. outside of a couple aberrant examples in the series, like, it more or less shuts the fuck up. This game has had no dialogue or text whatsoever. Like, it hasn't been like, oh, check it out, it's a beta Metroid, wow, that must be another evolve. No, it's just like, look, you get it, they're Metroids. That's what it says in the corner, so you can guess that that's their life cycle. Oh my jam! Mega Man, Mega Man! It's a Mega Metroid. Yeah, Metroid Prime actually has a really cool approach to lore, where you can scan virtually everything in the game and get some cool bonus factoids about stuff. It was a very different way of doing it from the 2D games up to that point, but it works really well. It's opt-in lore. It's not overly wordy for the most part. The rest of it was just kind of pieced together by gamers before that. I'm not 100% in the game, but I'm still covering every square of the map because I can. This is the biggest area to do this in. Yeah, I suggest shooting it with an ice beam. Do you remember how to use the ice beam? Open your menu. Shut up. Let me play the game. Oh no, what's the etymology of Chozo? I missed that good effects you were saying earlier. God. That's how other M works, right? They gate your abilities by saying whether or not you're authorized to use them. Ugh. Space pirates are morons. I prefer the 2D games to the Prime games. I still think the Prime games are outstanding. Definitely some of the best games ever made. And the review scores for them reflect that. Metroid Prime is like top 5 all time on Metacritic still. Has it lost that yet? Got me with that old canard. Hey, more sequences. That's really, I need more of those more than energy tanks. I don't mind practicing the fight until I don't take any damage, but I'd like to be able to actually kill the enemy in a reasonable amount of time, which easier said than done without energy tanks, or without super missiles. I think that's what this is. Huh, you know, I always assumed that those were broken with power bombs, but I guess not. Can I break this wall? No, it doesn't respond to that. No breakable blocks. They're unbreakable. Huh. So that's accessible from somewhere else that I haven't even been to yet. No shit. I got everything else that was up here. Chozo was just referring to the statues themselves. That's interesting. Like from the Metroid 1 instruction book, I guess. Oh, it just means bird statue. That's funny. Nice. No, I had no idea. There's no way through that stone wall, right? I can only get it through it from the other direction. So I should be specific about how I phrase my questions. Well, I don't know why I would come from the other direction. Maybe it's just to tell you, hey, did you try space jumping on top of where Samus' ship is? It's like Birdo, right? Oh, it's now official in the Japanese games too. That's funny. Kind of like the whole history with Birdo and Ostro. Birdo just kind of became the official name, even though it was a typo the first time. Okie dokie. Pass a few more rooms here. It took 10 minutes. Mostly from going off into the top corner. It took forever. See quite a few things in this zone. Just the one warp point. Noticing some weird Twitch chat jank. Like I can see messages coming through in my bot, but I can't see coming through in the main chat. They don't have double checking. I don't see any reason for it. So if you don't see your chat message popping up on stream, maybe try refreshing. You know what's going on. Pass. Is it possible for me to get past those? I understand that I can't destroy them, but something else is going on. There's no tweet yet from Twitch support. Not at the moment. Oh, so there's another upgrade I can get. Is there anything in this game that's locked beyond like New Game Plus where I have to finish off the boss to be able to get through it? I don't waste a ton of time if I just gotta go fight it anyway. I have an easy way to get up in there, do I? It's fine, it's just a regular missile. I got enough of those. Mostly worried about super missiles at the moment. You don't need medium plus 40%. Thanks. I like coming back to these old areas with a super powerful gun. It's so low stress. Okay, that's a one-way door. I'm try hitting it from the other side. Ah. Clever. I'll take more Aeon too, that would be nice. Assume it's going to matter in the boss fight later on. Let me guess. Yep, that's not a shocker. Please don't regenerate. God damn it. Oh boy. Alright, so I can slow down time to make this easier, right? I can. Okay, that's good to know. I bet it's just barely possible if you're perfect. I'd rather not be perfect in that situation. It gives me full Aeon too. Looks like that was the last Aeon upgrade. I'm not sure though. May have been. But save since I haven't in a second. Does the Aeon go all the way over to the right side of the screen? Go over by the touchscreen buttons? Right, I can swim in lava now. This is new. Just recently unlocked that ability. Works. It must be set so it's really hard to just get down here with by draining health. You gotta have the gravity suit to be successful. Okay, let's see. Got another one down southwest. I skipped a couple. Hopefully they're not energy tanks. Hopefully they're all just regular missiles. We'll just take the elevator down to the next map from here, I guess. Even if you had max E-tanks? You know, sometimes you can cheese stuff by damage boosting through it, right? What's the point of that? Oh, that's cute. Cool. probably need the spring ball to get that, or bomb jumping, I guess. I don't think you need iframes. I'm trying to think. I was pretty sure there was a secret you could get using that in original game. Oh, that pink zone must connect up in the top left corner. Oh, maybe that's the way to get out after you beat the boss. I assume it has the traditional, you beat the final boss and then there's a countdown to escape thing. Couple upgrades here. Not a lot, a couple. One that's straight down. A bunch of unexplored zones over that way. So the answer I've asked a couple times, do I need an upgrade to get past these spikes? The answer was no. I did want to know, is there an upgrade that I have access to right now that I haven't unlocked yet? Hey, oh, it's power bomb tank, that's fine. I assume there's a timer. It's pretty standard Metroid fare. There are more things off to the left, but I'm trying to get to a warp point to minimize backtracking. We'll go down another level in the elevator. There are no powers you can get that I currently don't have. So I have all of the powers that are accessible. Unless if we learn one from the final boss, which maybe is possible still. Or what I'm perhaps incorrectly assuming is the final boss. God, this map is huge. Do I care this much? It's a whole lot of running around. I might go try to fight the thing. I'll try to get to a warp point. I can move through the stage pretty fast, but not that fast. I'm doing that pretty early in this zone, if I recall correctly. Still not super clear on why they went. Well, I guess it is the 3DS, and even if no one's using it, they want to show off the 3D element, but I would have wished they would have gone with like 32-bit sprite graphics for this game. I hope they haven't just like abandoned that at Nintendo, or make me very sad. Any obvious items that are near here? So there's one at the very bottom, and I can go get the warp that's near that. Let's try it. Oh. Let's try this. That'll do. Hey, super missile. Okay, well, I'm glad I came over here then. Let's see. Probably triggered that a little bit late, but hope for the best. Hey, alright, neat. Let's go get to the one that's to the right of the warp point, and then maybe just go back to the boss. So that's you. Okay. I think I actually morph balled my way through that before, but I didn't have the super missile yet, so it didn't really accomplish much for me. Those rocks are still throwing me off because, like, You feel like they would just put in a level element that's normally unbreakable and not something that seems very specifically unbreakable. Try getting whatever straight down from here. Oh, I just never checked this out. Alright. That's fine. I don't really need regular missiles, but I'll take it. Let's go to the warp room. I like when I can shoot stuff instead of having to morph bomb it. It's very nice. Yes, please. Oops. There you go. We want to get the northernmost point. Okay. I might try exiting out of the northwesternmost area, because I think that leads back to the surface, but I'm not 100% sure. Give it a stab. There's a save point on my way through here too. Oh. This game feels like as necessary of a remake as Zero Mission felt for Metroid 1, having only played like an hour of Metroid 2. It feels pretty perfect. It seems like it's added a lot of content. It's been respectful of the intent of the original Metroid 2. Hope Metroid Prime 4 is good, or at least learn more about it at E3. We know basically nothing right now, right? Other than that it has a title. That's pretty much it. You jerk. Okay, I'm just curious. I thought so. Okay, well, we got more shenanigans that are going to happen after we beat this thing. So, it was not the final boss. It could just be the try to exit to the surface thing that's in every Metroid game. So we'll find out. Not at full resources, but whatever. I'll probably get a chance to kill some stuff before I go in each time. Well, maybe not, actually. Oh, whatever. I'll give it a shot as is. Howdy, friend. That laser does a lot more damage than other ways of getting hit by this thing. I wish I could safely damage him during this attack. Her, probably. Nice. Something's happening during that animation. I'll let it kill me really quick. It wants me to do something other than just shoot it a bunch during that, so I can maybe try freezing it. It looks like its stomach doesn't respond to shots during that, though. Maybe try to roll under it and use a power bomb. Give that a try. Not like that. Although discordant these final boss themes always are in the Metroid series. Okay. It didn't appear to do anything. Maybe it just triggers that counterattack move. That'll kill me again. Just want to make sure I'm not wasting resources while I learn how to fight it. Let's try to have the super missile ready to go. Future attempts. Maybe I gotta grab something? I don't see anything red on the boss. Maybe I'll get a shot off during the attack if I stand really far back. It's fine. Can. Ooh, there it is. Cool. So maybe it is just damage every time I do that. Just so I'm not wasting attempts on this boss, I'll just go ahead and ask. Am I always progressively moving this boss towards being dead every time I shoot it? Or are there little special mechanics I have to do to be able to actually do real damage to it? Because it looks like I'm unlocking phases by hitting things at the right time. I think I need to use the spider ball for that next time. Every time you do damage is progress. Okay. I don't have to do a specific kind of damage then. I wonder if I can destroy those at all. That's what they actually want me to do in this section. I understand. Okay, so there's no such thing as like real damage versus fake damage in the fight. Oh, that's cool. That's not going to do it. Nope. Moving from aiming to spider balling on the ground is pretty hard with the circle pad. Alright, I think I have an idea of how I want to fight it now, so let's approach it differently this time. A nice, very challenging boss. Well, shit. I don't think I want to open by immediately getting hit, so let me just kill myself real fast. I guess. What's the other tip, Mega Man? I'm so sorry, Yahan. To use the ice beam to damage bosses. I think I do. Shoot it with the regular beam and it doesn't take any damage at all. Sure about that? I guess I can do this. That does damage as over super missile. Yeah, I feel like I've used the other beam on the other Metroids and it didn't work, but I trust you. Oh, I missed. Bummer. It wasn't a super missile in the first place, so it wasn't as big of a deal as I thought it was. Pull! Go! That attack's not great. I'm gonna line myself up so when I fall straight down I don't hit one of these things, right? Ouch. I hit him in the face. I'm not sure if that's more or less damage. It's really hard to not take damage when you fall there. It looks like I understand what they theoretically wanted to do there. Get a lot of free damage in this phase, huh? Oh, that's too bad. Blows your missiles away. Alright, getting some damage in, slowly but surely. I'll have to keep practicing and be more efficient with it. I think I might actually want to go out and get more super missiles. As ridiculous as that is. Oh, you can still blow me around here. Interesting. I wish that was counterable. A lot of other opportunities for damage against this guy. So the ceiling. Oh jeez. That would have been a good opportunity to get some damage in if I had been faster about it. They really make all your missiles count in this fight. I like that. You don't really notice getting all those upgrades over and over each time. Doing a pretty good job of not taking damage from him, but it's not going to win the fight for me. Next time I get an opportunity, I think I'm going to use the Aeon ability. You can't knock me up, can you? Okay, so I can avoid the damage there, but it's pretty hard to do. Shit, I didn't move out of the way in time. Hey! Cool. Happy driving, Retro. I'm gonna go find the Babby Metroid. The music that plays after that. Can I backtrack? I'd very much like to backtrack. Probably not. Nope. No, sir. How is Babby formed? Yeah. I've seen this scene because of the flashback sequence in Super Metroid. Like, they kept exactly the same sound effect for it. It's cute. Oh, that's cool. The Metroid Prime viewpoint. It's a little baby. Cool. The boss wasn't a load-bearing boss. It was a little baby to follow me. Again, I like how they do that just with, oh! That's cool. No dialogue, you just get it. It's not that complicated. So the baby Metroid breaks those little blocks. Final power. There's a lot of areas I could use that thing on. Explains why there's that warp at the surface. That's just Metroid Zero. Not having a time limit for the ending is nice, unless if there's still something coming up, which is possible, I guess. Was there a baby Metroid? I mean, I know there was a baby Metroid in Metroid 2 for the Game Boy, like, it was the whole point of the plot, but, did it also destroy little blocks that were otherwise impassable? Or no? More upgrades at the end? Something's janky. Yeah, I'm glad you can't accidentally shoot it. Thanks, buddy. Oh, Metroid bro. Hey, and definitely need one of these. Nice. I'm not your buddy, mommy. I'm not your guy, friend. Super missile. I think I know how this is gonna work. Oh, I see. I did not know how it was going to work, but that works too. Whoops. I'm going to keep it on the whole time. Could add the Ridley fight from the beginning of Super Metroid as a final boss fight. See it for real. Before he kidnaps the baby Metroid. Alright, I know exactly where this takes us. Yes, please. How well designed. Again, right? Cue credits music. Like the music here from the start of Super Metroid. The game really creeped me out as a kid. I rented it once or twice. Never got very far in it. Metroid never clicked for me as a kid. I didn't really understand until I was a teenager the game's not gonna like give you cracked walls like Zelda. You just have to explore all of the level as much as you can. Yo. slowly refilling all my resources as I move through here. Maybe Metroid doesn't actually show up. Okay, I was gonna say. I'll go with you. Oh, there's a power-up skin. Up here, maybe? Ah, sure. Oh, shit. Just a regular missile tank, alright. So make sure you found everything, all the secrets with the baby Metroid. Let's see how it is. I think all the enemies are all pretty easy here, too. This health fill. Slowly giving us all our resources back. One final little warp point. It's very nice. They kept teasing me with this warp point earlier in the game. Oh, it's okay. Oh, nice. The surface. It's different weather. That's great. What a nice transition to Super Metroid. It'll be fun to play this series in chronological order at some point. We can have a boss before we get on our ship. That's a cool camera. It is. He's going to chase us to the station. That's cool. I'm guessing this was not in the Game Boy version of the game. No, but actually damaged him at all. They give you an opportunity at that warp point to go get some more upgrades if you want them. Probably not. Ridley wasn't as important in Metroid 2, I don't think. He was just a random throwaway boss in Metroid 1. He really became important in Metroid 2, or Super Metroid. Cool. Nice. Just opportunity for a QT. Right. It's a pretty sweet rendition of the track too. It's one of my favorite gaming songs. I got 4 resources out of that too, that's nice. I love how big of an arena this is as well, it's awesome. Oh, his color is changing as we fight him too, that's awesome, I didn't even notice it at first. Shit, walk right into that one. And that one, I'm gonna die. Bummer. I'm super dead! Nope. Next try. Ridley voiced by Gilbert Gottfried. Wonder if the boss fight has checkpoints, probably not. So. Cool. Let's Let's do phase 1 more carefully before I get shot immediately. I get a full Aeon refill partway through the fight, so I may as well use as much of it right now as I can. It'll make it hard to back up. Ouch. You hear this track more, that's not a bad thing. There we go. Basically a full... I use the shields instead. Yeah, I agree. It's also pretty appropriate. Now he chases me at the beginning of Super Metroid. He was just following me. I guess it makes you confused why Samus wasn't like ready for it, you know? Oh, I didn't realize when he hits the ground like that, there's a different mechanic with the tail. Ooh, it charges you too, yikes. Okay, it's delayed, this tail attack on the ground. I'll know for next time. Third time's a charm. Starting with full resources might be nice, but I think I have to kind of go out of my way to do that, right? Let's see. May as well start with slightly more resources each time for this. Kill these things over here. Comes back and wins in a matter of hours. I suppose that's true. I like how they kept his color changed. It's really neat. Nice. Much better that time. Double swing. Ooh, okay, he does like a dash attack. I don't know how to dodge that one. Look at I get to use my good weapon with this fight too, given that you have to use the ice beam for all of the Metroid bosses until now. Sweet. There's 3. Get him, baby Metroid! Save my buns! Save my buns, baby Metroid! Yeah! Nice. That's cool. Oh, it gave me a heal too. Awesome. There are 3 different versions of the track too. Really nice. Shit. Get my controls janked out. Ooh, that's a new attack. Shit. like how appropriately difficult this fight is. If you got a lot of tools, it's made quite a bit more reasonable. It's still pretty tough. Get him. Thank you for the extra health. Ooh, now I can fire aim shots at my necks. Charge shots are worth doing in this fight. It's hard to tell. I guess while I'm dodging, I may as well be charging one. Whew. Whoa! Cool little cutscene there. Lots of damage too. Missiles are not worth trying to use, looks like. Shit, you didn't get out of the way in time. Metroid, buddy. Some more health would be really cool. Thank you. Ooh, I realize I got a chance to counterattack him there. I'll remember that. The third time the Metroid drains him, you might have a chance to counterattack. I think I agree with you, this name is lame. Yeah. Maybe this game's only really meant to be played after Super Metroid, so it's kind of a nice little Easter egg. Because when you play Metroid 2, you're like, oh, I rescued a Metroid. Was that really a good decision? But then it imprints on you, and you're like, oh, that's a really neat surprise. Right on. Yeah, I think I agree, though. As cool as that was, I feel like that's only really meant to be experienced after you played Super Metroid. And it's a nice little cute thing that happens. Cool. Still very cool, like, as someone who has played Super Metroid, that surprise hasn't been ruined for me, so I still think it's cool. Nice. Alright, so we're gonna swap to Wolfenstein The New Order. Actually, while the credits are rolling, it gives me a second to try to get that set up. One sec. I think I could do both. I have the technology. What's the bonus if you get all the power-ups? Another boss or something? Usually get something special for 100%ing Metroid games, right? Okay, so the crash OES. Cutscene involving the Chozo coming here to this planet. Oh, that's neat. Always down for more Chozo lore. I thought we already knew that they made the Metroids. They're experimenting with the life force. Didn't that come up in lore in one of the other games before this one? Yeah, how do you get past the spikes? What skill do I need to use? Spider Ball Power Bomb. Huh. Wait, so what does that do? I would never have tried that in a million years. Fires you in a direction? I didn't think that the power bomb interacted with you at all. Launches you from the surface you're attached to and away from it. Oh, okay. So it's like a regular bomb knocking you off a wall, but it launches you in a straight line. Right on. That's cool. Is this the only game where you do that to solve puzzles? Kind of a neat shine spark. Not necessary, but also not explicitly told to you. Launches you straight until you hit a wall. Right on. Begonia Alonso Rodriguez. Oh, I didn't do it on purpose. It's funny. Mechanically, that Ridley fight was pretty cool. It was easier than the last Metroid fight. Mercury Steam Entertainment. Not to show me my clear time and clear percentage, presumably. We get Zero Suit Samus if we beat it fast enough. That's cool. I wonder why it's 2 hours faster than... Well, maybe that's all loading. We lost 2 hours of playthrough to dying. Game's actually pretty hard for a Metroid game. That or I didn't collect enough energy tanks early on. Cool. And then if I can load that save, I might go back through and try to collect everything. Kind of nice. Speedrun on hard for the Zero Suit. Oh, it's the X-Parasite. That's cool. Nice, from Metroid Fusion. Ooh, I wonder if they're trying to set something up for Metroid Prime 4. We still don't know when Metroid Prime 4 takes place. I hope it's after Metroid Fusion. It'd be nice to finally have another game. That's pretty neat. Sweet! Alright, give me just a couple minutes to switch over and get Wolfenstein set up. Shouldn't take me very long. I'll be back soon. Thanks, everybody. Only clocked in an hour over the original How Long to Beat, so not terrible.